Hi, this is ՕToni Tennille, and I'm getting ready to do my very first Skype interview with Bob Andelman.
I'm Bob Andelman, and this is a Mr. Media interview. On today's show, I'll welcome a woman whose voice and pop songs have been a part of my life since the mid-1970s. The charming half of the Captain and Tennille, she has just published a revealing autobiography, ՕToni Tennille, a memoir. Stick around and prepare to hear a life story that is very, very different than what you may be expecting. ՕToni Tennille, a memoir, is an okay title for the Alabama native story, but once you read it to the end, you might agree with me that ՕToni Tennille, Happy at Last, is more fitting. I cannot deny that I had somewhat low expectations as I began reading the autobiography of the singer who I always adored as a teen and held on to over the decades as a guilty pop pleasure. The glamour, the celebrity friends, parties, etc., oh, ho-hums, we've certainly heard it all before, right? Trust me, you haven't heard this story.
Oh.
If, like me, you're old enough to remember the Captain and Tennille as a top-of-the-charts recording and touring sensation, you'll remember ՕToni Tennille's soaring vocals, her southern charm, and her big-as-all-outdoors smile. As a matter of fact, if you're watching this video and not just listening, you see it now.
Yeah.
As for the Captain, Daryl Dragon, the former keyboardist for the Beach Boys, well, what you'll recall of him was that he rarely spoke while glowering at his wife and pretty much everyone else most of the rest of the time. He always wore a hat, eventually hiding behind sunglasses, too. Now, I spent a lifetime thinking it was an act. ՕToni Tennille spent a lifetime wishing it was an act. Turns out, and this is where it gets a little rougher, the Captain was, in my opinion, she never said this in the book, but my opinion, comes off as a miserable wretch of a human being, and one who spent decades treating his wife, pardon me, southern word, like crap.
Oh, dear.
Reading ՕToni Tennille, a memoir, I thought, was a soul-crushing experience. Turning each page, you'll find yourself screaming, "Tony, get away from that bastard!" But as anyone who has suffered emotional abuse at the hands of a spouse knows, it's not always easy to make a clean break, or to make it work. Now, I'm glad that I read ՕToni Tennille, a memoir. I'm even happier to know that the subject of the book is finally free. And with that, ՕToni Tennille, welcome to Mr. Media.
Thank you very much, Bob. I'm happy to be here.
You looked a little surprised by my reaction to the book. Did I offend you?
No, I'm not offended at all.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?